Welcome to another edition of Show After the Show. It's always good to get to know the people that make this community so great. One of my favorites is Dr. Leon Buffaloe, who's spending time with us today. And here's a tip from Leon Buffaloe, and that is this: physical health through healthy spiritual life. That's important to you, Dr. Buffaloe.
Yeah, yes, it is. And this is probably not a topic that you're going to discuss when you go to your doctor's office, but it's one that I do often touch on. And so sometimes I have a patient that's presenting with some anxiety or some stress or depression, and I'll ask him, how do you normally deal with these things? How do you normally de-stress? And some will say they'll smoke a cigarette, they go for a walk, they'll drink a Heineken, and some will mention that they pray, they read their Bible. And I'm very sensitive to that, and I'll often ask patients, when you're reading the Bible, you're reading your word, what does the word say when it comes to anxiety or when it comes to stress, and oftentimes, patients won't know, and so there are a few scriptures that I like, and this is a part of the body that's not discussed. And this is probably a neglected part of the body. And I say this because we do a lot to care for our physical bodies. We exercise, we work out, we go walking, we do a lot for the mental part. We read, we watch television, but this hidden part is the part that I want to discuss on more. And so I will give my patients some scriptures. And I'll say, one of my favorites is Matthew, when Christ talks about, come unto me, all ye that are heavy laden and burdened, and I will give you rest. And the first few words is come unto me, And so I found that some patients, they have this spiritual life, but they're not spending that key time. And I often tell them, find a scripture, spend some time meditating on it. And that's not to say that I'm not going to give you medicine. Of course, if you need it, we'll discuss it. But those patients that bring up this spiritual life, or they bring up that they do spend this time in prayer, or they do spend this time in reading, those are the patients that I will definitely spend time talking more about this hidden man.
There's a gentleman that came to you the other day, I heard, that was really hurt when it comes to, I'll use the word religion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had been going through some things that had occurred in his youth, and when he took it to someone in his church, he didn't get the response that he wanted many years ago, and he was scarred by that, and he had been keeping that hidden for so many years. And when you keep these things hidden and suppressed, after a while, it's going to start to manifest in your body through stress, through anxiety. And so people do a lot of things to escape that. They may drink or they may smoke, and as he and I began to talk about some of the things that had happened in his life, he really broke down. He had never discussed the past hurt that he had from the church, and so I was able to just kind of really minister to him more than doctor to him, which I can do both. And he was able to get these things out. The Bible does tells us that we're supposed to carry each other's burdens. And so just getting it out, just talking these things out can do wonders.
You prayed with him, I heard.
Yes, I did. Yes, at the end of that visit, he went to shake my hand, and I asked him, well, do you mind if I pray with you? And he said, no problem. And I have done that with patients, and I don't offer that to every patient. I'm very sensitive to that. And so if someone is asking me to pray with them, I will most certainly do it. And if I feel led to, I will offer that, but that is something that I have no problem with doing with my patients. And we need more of that.
And at the end of the day for him, he found some counseling.
Yes, he did. And I was able to get him linked up with a counselor that was very sensitive to these type of issues. And so he's doing better already, just talking it out.
Not every doctor does that, Dr. Buffaloe, but you do.
No, yeah. That's not something that you really expect when you go to see your physician, but it is something that I'm very sensitive to. And I'm very thankful for this avenue to be able to express that.
I'm so grateful. And that's why you're Grace Internal Medicine.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Leon Buffaloe, thank you so much. We have a link to Dr. Buffaloe right on the Show After the Show page. I encourage you, check it out. If you need primary care, if you need an internal medicine doctor, here's Dr. Buffaloe, and he's going to care for you in more ways than one, which you're getting that very, very clearly. Thank you, Dr. Buffaloe.
Thank you.
We'll see you for another edition of Show After the Show coming up here real soon.